A week removed now from the big 4-1.
Yeah, I know. It was a pretty lousy first week.
I was hoping. Usually you're so down about your birthday. You're even the guy who removes his birthday on social media just to see if people remember.
I don't do it because of that.
You turned it back on because I gave you a hard time about it 2 years ago. Admit it right now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I was hoping this year that you were going to say, yeah, the birthday was better this year.
Yeah, except my daughter was barfing her brains out. Had to go rescue her from school. Vomited all over her T-shirt. And that was like the first time she's done that. I didn't catch that, thankfully, because I know to wash my hands and not pick my nose afterwards and stuff, you know. Then I came down with the upper respiratory stuff going around. Yeah.
Wow.
Missed my birthday dinner because the GF was also sick.
Well, I chose a real happy topic there for the intro. Let's get into the show.
Yeah.
There's an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Someone call for a doctor?
Always entertaining, accidentally informative. We're bringing nostalgia and camaraderie to the hobby. That's Tim. He hates his birthday, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm Chad, and this is Back to the Future podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on our website, pttfpodcast.com. Today, we have a very big day. A day that I am excited to hear about. You may not be as excited to discuss, but we are going to talk about the top 5 value cards, Tim, that you and I have ever owned.
That could be either really fun or really disastrous.
Well, if you know Tim, he's a high risk, high reward type of guy, and not necessarily one who's been known to hang on to things in the long run.
Except for grudges.
Tim, that's supposed to be me.
Oh, shoot. Okay, got it.
But two of us, we can do that together. So we are going to talk about our top 5 cards. You're not going to want to miss it, so stick around for that. But before we get there, we do have some weekly updates.
Yeah. We've been making that a habit, and I think that extra S saves us from any kind of copyright infringement. So.
I would like to say I do that on purpose, but it could just be because I do not speak the English language. I'm going to take this opportunity to say good.
Good. I'm proud of your S's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, Tim, a few different things. Made some purchases and some news in the card world. Why don't we start with the news in the card world? I watched some boxes being ripped of Prism football.
How'd that go?
Awful. Absolutely awful.
That bad.
If you are someone who still holds on to the fact that Prism is the cream of the crop, I'm sorry, you're an idiot.
I agree.
They look awful. I saw some first off the line boxes ripped. And, people are getting stoked for these vet running back autographs.
Yeah.
And sure, the cards look cool. You get a shimmer of whoever.
Yeah.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Maybe you get $50 out of that card, and that's your key hit out of something you're probably paying $500 or $1,000 for out of the box. It's just brutal. I hate the design of them. I don't think they look good.
They look bad this year, man.
The autos are always sticker autos.
Yeah.
And unless you're the person pulling a gold or a black of one of the very few quarterback rookies this year, I think it's just an awful product, and I don't like it at all. So we'll keep the negative theme going there. But I'm going to turn in the rest for me. It's going to be straight positive, Timmy.
Ooh, okay.
WWE Revolution for 2023 comes out the week of my birthday.
Oh.
They are introducing kabooms.
In wrestling?
In wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
They've shown one card from the checklist. We don't know what the checklist is, but they've shown one card. It's up The Rock.
Oh, of course.
It looks so good.
Of course.
And I talked about WWE Revolution last year. I love the Galactics. I love the fact that you can get autos out of there, but it was missing just a little something.
It was, right? Like it just seemed like there was something missing from those cases.
Just a little something to really tickle the innards.
The balls.
Thank you, Tim. The balls. Just a little something tickle the balls. And that's it. Premium insert, and it's kaboom. I don't know if they're going to have gold or green parallels like they have in other sports that are numbered, but just the fact that they've got them there, I'm thrilled for it, and I'm probably going to rip a box during my birthday week.
Those kabooms fit right in, right? Because so many of the Revolution backgrounds are stars.
Yes.
Right? It's like, kaboom. Why not?
It's perfect. I purchased a card. off Instagram. Hugo, Nebrillion_PC.
Oh.
Sent us an Instagram message, said, hey, Chad, go take a look at this card. 2017 Contenders Lottery ticket, Donovan Mitchell, cracked ice.
Ooh, I like cracked ice.
Blue background. Really pops well with the Donovan Mitchell. And $170. I bought it from Legacy_Cardboard, who you might recall joined us for our group submission. He had a Rudy Gobert gold, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Out of Select. I also had one. We were going to do like a whole war over it. And then I actually looked at my card and saw dimples, and I chickened right out of that. But yeah, made a purchase of that card and should be coming in this week.
That'll be a good one.
So I'm excited for that.
You should be. That's a cool pickup.
Tim, lastly, and I think that I almost want to make like a little hobby pack episode out of this, so I don't know how far we should go about it. We should have talked about it before the show. Those Disney cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Aren't they called wows?
I am so glad you did that because I've looked at that wondering how to say that.
How do you say?
You're going to break me. I told you those cards were great. And I've been calling for a premium Disney card product for years.
All right.
This is because before the show, I told Tim, I'm like, Tim, when we swear, you can't mute it. A muted swear is not funny.
Yeah,
a bleep swear. See, it's funny. It's just funny. Oh, gosh. But those Disney cards, Tim, they look great. I think I got my box for around $200. Has not arrived in the mail yet. Those boxes are up to $600 now.
Probably $700 if we were to check tonight.
Those premium inserts are going for thousands of dollars. They are facsimile autos.
Yeah.
Inserts, one of ones. Those cards look great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to receive mine. The missus and I were definitely going to rip it open. We'll make a big deal out of it. And,
both boxes? Because you got 2 boxes, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one for her, one for me. I think that there's just 10 packs in a box, and so we'll get her into the theme of it. I've hinted at this before, we've got like a whole Disney-themed bar in our basement, and, we got the tiki mugs and kind of made it after Trader Sam's if you've ever been to Disneyland. So we'll do the whole bit.
You're going to have like Disney drinks, ripping these packs.
Yes.
Celebrating your facsimile Mickey Mouse auto.
Oh. That, I think, most recently sold for $2,300.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if that holds or even climbs.
It's not going to hold.
No,
I don't
there's
believe
no way,
it.
right?
This has got to be the flash in the pan, right? We've seen this with so many products, but the Disney factor.
I know.
You made that point to me this week. Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff there. Tim, anything that you've got as an update?
For me, wouldn't be a week without a Raz, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be.
Yes.
And like right before recording, I was sitting there watching my daughter do her martial arts class and everything. And here I am just trying to refresh my Facebook post that has me, 15 spots deep into a 200 spot Raz for a BGS 8.5 Jordan rookie card. Still hasn't run after 2 days of collecting payments. Come on, people. It's not that hard to pay for your
You told me about
spots.
that, and I said, don't tell me the answer. I want to know when we record. I thought you were going to tell me right now. That
Freaking hate people. Next week.
Next week, we'll have the answer. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And maybe even a card to show for it.
Can I talk about that? Sure. Yeah. Dunkin' Go Nuts. PSA 9, crystal clear copy. Coming back to the PC. Got it for about 50% off from the price that I sold it for last summer. So that's a win.
Wait, so you did win that?
No, that wasn't the PSA 9 Dunkin' Go Nuts.
Oh, yeah.
That was an eBay buy.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
You lost me.
No, that's okay.
I'm there.
Yeah, and you know what I did before I actually clicked and paid for that? I head over to our website, pttfpodcast.com, and click the eBay affiliates link. That gets us what, like maybe 30 cents?
But we get to feature your name.
Yeah.
Tim.
Oh. You mother.
Well, Tim, well done on the Dunkin' Go Nuts. That's great. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good update.
It's going to be a good year.
See, we're turning these things from negative in the beginning, skipping right past
Seeing the character
positivity.
Arc. Act 1, Act 2. This is Act 3, baby.
I like it.
Season 2, Act 3.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tim, let's get into the main course here. The top 5 cards that we have ever owned. I'm going to go first. I think my list is pretty boring, to be honest with you. But I think people are going to get some entertainment out of it. That's not a good way to hype it, which is why I paused. Trying to redirect my brain. Couldn't find it. Went with it. Here we go. What we're going to do with this is take a look at values of cards. Not necessarily my favorite cards that I've ever owned, but kind of the value behind them. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit of some disappointment. Some things not quite so happy with. So number 5 on my list is a 2017 Donruss Elite Patrick Mahomes rookie, number to 149. Donruss Elite, not a massive product, but it is his rookie card. I sold it right after he won his first Super Bowl. Definitely regretting it now. Sold that one right around $1,000. The timing of it now, I got to imagine maybe it hasn't fluctuated. Hopefully it survived some of that crash dip, but definitely one I've regretted. So that's number 5 on my list. These will get better. Number 4, and the rest of these, Tim, I still own.
Wow.
So I'm pretty happy with that.
That's impressive, though, right? Because it's still your top 5, right?
Right.
Value-wise.
Right.
So that means...
Unless I missed any. And if I missed any, call me out. But here's what I remember.
Okay.
Number 4, 2012 Prism, Peyton Manning Silver PSA 10. Now, get this. I bought the card raw off eBay.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then graded it myself a PSA 10. Got the card. I looked this up last night. Right around $500. And I think now it's right around a $2,000 or so card.
Yeah. PSA 10?
PSA 10.
Yeah. Okay.
So not bad.
No, that's good, though.
Another Peyton Manning for my number 3.
Yeah.
2013 Select Peyton Manning Gold. And again, I still have this one. That one's sitting in the $2,300-ish.
Yeah. That's not nothing.
No.
That's a big card.
That is a big card.
Yeah.
First
and
year
it's gold.
Select. And I love the way that those Select Golds look from the early years.
They need to fix the golds, of modern era. I mean, they don't have the same shimmer. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Like, visually, I can tell there's a difference, but I don't know that I can describe what it is. I don't know if it's a different shade of gold that pops. I don't know if it's more in that 2013 set. Peyton is a very enlarged photo of him, action photo, and there's nothing else. And the rest of the card is gold. So maybe it's the backdrop of it. I don't know, but I love the look of those 2013 golds.
Yeah, it's like a combo of refractor with rainbow foil and the metallic border parallel. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Yeah. Number 3.
That was number 3. Number 2.
Man. Number 2.
2018. Kaboom!
Yes.
The Donovan Mitchell.
It's
a PSA 10. I bought it raw. I think I got it raw for right around $200.
That was a steal. I remember when those were that cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really before they took off. And that one now, I think it's sitting right around $2,100. There was an inflated buy it now for right around $3 not too long ago. But
yeah,
still not bad.
No, that's such a cool card. It just is.
Yeah. And number 1, I think everyone remembers this story 100 times. The 1996 Upper Deck Kobe Bryant in-person auto.
Yes. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Still holding on to that card. I don't know what a true value for this one is. There's only 4 of them. There's only one that's graded higher. There's a Hoops from his rookie year that was signed in person that sold for around $2,000. There's a metal that sold for right around $6,000. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
But value-wise, that's where we're at for my number 1 card. And I think that this holds a couple of points here. Number 1's not a flex. Obviously, these are not super high-end cards, but for me, they are.
They are.
And for some people, they are too.
People. Yeah.
So I am very happy with them. This will also serve as a marker for point in time for you and I as we collect and do different things. We can always reflect back and look at that in whatever lens we want to. But that's where I'm sitting for my top 5. Now, it's all fluffy and flowers. I collect 3 guys that stand out on my list, and I happen to hold all of those cards. But there are some disappointments here that are worth talking about. The card I thought was going to be number 1 on this list when I went to look it up this week was my 2017 Contenders, Rookie of the Year Contenders, Donovan Mitchell 101. I have not known a value on that card since the time I bought it back in 2018.
101 sounds like it should be in a top 5 somewhere.
Yeah, it's his rookie year. It's Contenders, not auto, but still 101.
Yeah.
So the Tatum surfaced and sold for just $2,000.
Oh.
Donovan, at least in the Prisms his rookie year, selling for about 35-40% of Tatum.
Oh.
Oof. I was hoping that one was going to be much higher.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's such a catastrophic difference between Mitchell's market and Tatum's still.
It is. So
It's criminal.
that one was tough. But here's a disaster. 1 year ago, almost to the day, Tim, I bought a 2012 Prism Silver Russell Wilson Auto BGS 9.5 for $3,200. $3,200.
To think there was that much optimism for Russell Wilson on the Broncos.
Can't ride for the price of whatever that card's worth now. Let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Oh, he's just broken. Tim's just broken. Tim is frozen in real life. So that one hurt a lot. A couple of things that I realized, and then I want to get to your list. I have a lot of cards in the $200 to $700 range. A lot of them.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
I think I'm okay with that. Just about a year ago on the show, I talked about how I wanted to get rid of most of my cards to consolidate, have a top 50 or 100. I bet I've got 40 of these cards in that range.
That's not nothing either.
I've got a ton of Von Miller and a ton of Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Neither of which play for the team I used to cheer for.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't know what to do with those now. Don't know what I'm going to do with my collection going forward, but that's where we have it.
That's called liquidity, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. But Tim, people aren't here to again listen to my collection. We want to hear from you, baby.
Oh, no.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Okay, guys, allow me to interrupt for a moment here to remind you that this show is brought to you in part by ComC.com, one of my favorite websites.
What is this?
Visit ComC.com today.
This isn't our
to build
commercial?
your collection with your favorite cards.
What in the world? Kyle? What's Kyle doing here?
No.
Yes. Well,
No.
Chad, you just talked about your disappointments. Well, you know what? Here I am. And speaking of disappointments, we are not ready to hear from you, Tim. So I'm going to go ahead and butt in here and give my list of my 5 cards because I feel like, we need to shake things up here a little bit. And I've got some of these cards still. The interesting thing about this list is, this is not a flex at all, but this is just some of it's just some stuff that I've found, right? Or some of it's some stuff that I just genuinely like. Now, I do need to get your guys' input on a card that I left off the list. It was a LeBron James Chrome Rookie, a BGS 8.5, because if we're talking about when I bought it, it was like $350.
That's
if
it.
we're talking about what Card Ladder says is the highest amount, it was like $6,500. I don't know if I believe that. If we're talking about where it's at now, it doesn't even rank on my list. So I don't know. I like this card. I don't know if it goes on my list or not.
Well, I think just naturally being in this hobby or anytime we're bragging about anything, you tell people the story about when you bought it at its low point.
Yeah.
And then you always finish the story with how high it is/was.
For dramatic effect, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. That's how Tim got his lady friend here, lying about stats and talking about endpoints and things like that. So I think it works for you.
Well, just wait, though, because then, and trust me, I've had this conversation several times over the pandemic era. The next phrase will be, well, you're never going to sell it. And she's right. I didn't sell it. So, all right. Well, let's go into 5 of these cards then that I know for sure are on my list. And the 5th one is not necessarily one that I knew how to value either. I know what I paid for it, but I don't know if my maybe overpay at the time makes this as valuable. But I think it's held its value. It's a 1972-73 Topps Pete Maravich autograph with a PSA authentic. So I think that this could comfortably be on this list, and it's one that I'm not going to get rid of, and it's one that forced me to finish that set. So that not only cost me that initial amount, but then forced me to spend a lot more money because I was invested by that point.
And I'm okay with that. It's a card he's planning on keeping. You may not be able to relate to that, but me as someone who does keep cards, I'm good with that.
That's interesting, though, roping in the value of the rest of the set because of this one card into the total value.
Well, I still think, I mean, this card compared to the other ones in the set, even the Dr. J rookie is disproportionately more valuable.
True.
In my opinion. Although the Wilt Chamberlain I got for $100, but those days are gone. So,
so it's like the Jeff Malone from the 86 Fleer set is what you're saying.
It is, yes, exactly. Speaking of people that like Jeff Malone, my number 4 card then is a card of a quitter. It's a 1998 Fleer Tradition Playmakers Theater Barry Sanders, and it's a PSA 6. And Chad, actually, I think you graded that one for me, so thanks.
Yeah.
For the 6, it's a Tim. I got the Tim grade on it.
I didn't know you had that.
I still have it because I keep telling myself it's my card equity for whenever I go to a big trade night or whatever. And
you almost got rid of that card for the Bill Russell, right?
I tried to. Yeah, I tried to. But there's actually one on this list that I found instead that allowed me to keep that Barry Sanders for the time being. So, but yes, I did try to. I was kind of shopping this around, but not super aggressively. So we'll see. It'll probably come with me to the National this year. So you guys might get to see that. Well, you've seen it slabbed, Chad. I guess you've seen it pre and post. But Tim, I don't think you've seen it. So
I have not, just pictures. Yep.
Tim, are you coming to the National, by the way?
We are. Flights are booked and everything. Did we get
that sorted out?
We did.
Okay.
Define we.
What do you mean?
Damn you.
All right. Well, number 3 on my list then is a 1961-62 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain rookie. It's a PSA 2. This is one that I bought prior to the 2019 National because I had some bonus money from work. So I decided, you know what, it's either going to be that or a Jordan rookie. So I bought it for $650. And so the Jordan rookie would have been a low grade as well. But both of them were in that range at that time frame. Crazy. I don't know which one's appreciated more. The Jordan stuff's come back down.
It has.
Obviously. But the Wilt Chamberlain, according to Card Ladder, and we all know all PSA 2s are not equal, but if we say they are, it's a $2,100 card.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which, makes me feel good. But like I said, I'm not selling it, so I don't really get to benefit the increase in value all that much, other than just owning it.
Yeah.
But mentally, that still feels good, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, it helps me justify future purchases, even though we know that not everything works like that. But I feel like a lot of my successes in the past were not cards that I thought would go up so much as just cards that I liked. So I like to tell my wife I have good taste.
Right?
I have good taste.
Smart man.
And good taste in cards. Yes, right. So I try to rope her into all of that. All right. And she will be. Well, she'll be making the trip to the National. She will not be at the National. She will be roaming around in Chicago. But here's a pro tip for everybody: invite your wife, invite your sister-in-law. And invite another friend if they want to bring another friend, and they have a great time in Chicago. And then you fly home with them.
That's brilliant.
So number 2 is a card that I found, another one that I found in a lot, in addition to the Barry Sanders. So I do not have this one anymore, and I don't miss it either. It's a 1998-99 Skybox Premium Star Rubies Gary Payton. Beautiful card, but I collected in the 90s, but I didn't even know this stuff existed. So I'm not as nostalgic for it just because I don't feel like I missed out on it. So beautiful card, but it's not a patch, right? That's kind of my era patch or vintage rookies. So I eventually moved that one towards the purchase of my number 1 card. And I don't even know how to value that Gary Payton. I mean, I know what I received for it, but I actually thought I received way more than it was worth. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give the disclosure of, for the people that bought it or whatever. But anyway, okay. I had several people making strong offers on that card. So I think, all it takes is 2 people to make that go up.
Right.
All right. Number one then was the card that I used that money towards, which is a card that has since dropped in value quite a bit. And Bill Russell himself has, I guess I shouldn't say dropped, but Bill Russell has died since then. Everyone tells you the value of stuff's going to go up when someone dies or when there's a documentary or whatever. Well, Bill Russell's had it all, and this card has still gone down. It's his 57-58 Topps rookie SGC1. I'm just fine with it regardless of the value because I am working on that set. It was a card that honestly I felt like I was never going to get. I thought it kind of slipped out of my reach. I got lucky. I found this Gary Payton card. The stars kind of aligned. I went to the Dallas show. I find the SGC copy there. So I couldn't have really planned that better than it turned out. So that is still my number one most valuable card, I believe.
Yeah.
See, he's brilliant. He has these top 5 cards of Hall of Famers, legends. I have Jerry Jeudy. I collect people like Drew Lock. I collect Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, there is nobody on Kyle's list that is quote unquote unworthy at this point, nor will ever be, I think.
And Kyle, I apologize. What I did is called burying the lead with that Bill Russell. So,
that's okay.
I
mean, I think people that have listened to the show kind of they probably figured that one was on there. This is me assuming though. I'm assuming everyone that listens to my show listens to yours and vice versa. So.
And if not, now would be a good time to remind people to go listen to the Wax Museum podcast.
Absolutely.
Tim, this is the time I've been waiting for.
Oh, no.
I want to see you sweat. Can we bring your girlfriend in to listen to this?
She gives zero craps about my failures.
Well, once she hears about these numbers, that may change.
Is she in the house right now? Is she there?
Possibly.
Okay.
But she cannot hear this.
So then she knows. So the podcast is not a secret, right? She hears the recording of it. So things are progressing.
Correct. Yeah, she is fully aware that we're doing this right now and has given us wide berth for what she says is our nerdy hour. So
that's
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So she doesn't just think that it's just some guys chatting on Zoom. Like she knows the full scope of this.
Oh, no. She knows we're a legit podcast.
That's exactly what he was referring to. I like where your head's at, Tim.
Oh, shoot. So you really want me to tell about my top 5?
Oh, yes. This is the reason that we did this episode. No one wanted to hear about my top 5. Tim, we all know that you have a career in collecting, in ripping packs at the porn shop down the street, at razzing, just the most insane cards that you don't even remember. And most of them, I'm willing to bet you have not even held. But the list is incredible, Tim. The list is incredible. What's your number 5?
It's actually pretty impressive how bad these failures have been in my life. Number 5 comes in at a Babe Ruth cut auto out of 3.
That's your number 5?
That's number 5, baby.
I think that, Chad, I think that's our number ones combined, and some.
Exactly.
I just coughed up a lung to pay for that one, too. No, estimated value is probably around $20,000 to $30,000 right now. I remember razzing it off for
well,
about
then
15.
multiply what I just said by a lot.
This was razzed?
Yeah, when I sold it, it actually had plateaued in value, and it was one of those cards. I think I've said this before, but it just sat in the back of a security deposit box and never really saw the day.
No, how did you get the card?
Oh, both ways, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so both got and lost or sold the card. Yeah.
So was this your safety box, or did somebody else have it and razzed it? No, you actually held this one.
No, yeah, I actually held this one, and our local card shop owner, she witnessed it. Plenty of people have seen it in person, including our former third wheel. There's a picture of him holding it, so, yeah.
Okay, so it exists.
It existed. It exists.
Just not with you now.
No, not with me. It's actually in the hands of somebody who owned the 1 out of 3. Mine was the 3 out of 3 from that set, and so he's still gunning for the 2 out of 3 to own all 3, and we'll never let those go now. So.
Yeah, it's because he's not an idiot.
Yeah, I know. So rest in peace. Babe Ruth, number 5.
If that's number 5, I'm ecstatic to hear what number 4 is.
What did he say that was? 30 grand?
20
grand.
20 to 30 grand. Yeah.
What's number 4?
Well, number 4 is a wide range of Jordan rookie cards in various grades.
I hate you so much. A wide range of Jordan rookies?
Multiple. I believe I've owned a PSA 7, a PSA 8, a PSA 9, and a BGS 9.5 at one point in my lifetime. And if you guys want even a taste of what may have led to me selling those off, please go listen to Tim's Tales of the Crypt from season 1. So. That's all I can say about that, because the range is anywhere from about $25,000 to maybe even $84,000 for the BGS 9.5 these days.
I would give you a hard time for selling these cards, but I am very happy you still have both your kneecaps.
I do. I have both my kneecaps, both my ankles, and there is no hardware in any of those joints.
And they were not shattered by a baseball bat in the back of a casino because you were able to sell off those cards and pay said members.
Correct. Yeah. But that's on the list of cards to reacquire. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you just talk about picking up these late 80s Jordans again?
Yeah, exactly. So I still need to go back to 88, 87, and 86, and those are the next 3 years on the list. So
what's the target grade for the 86 then?
Realistically, it'll be an 8, dreaming a 9. So, yep.
Razzing a 10.
Oh, yeah. But, are we going back to the future by talking about this right now? No, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But, number 4. Jordan rookie cards, multiple. Number 3. I did not expect this card to land on this list, but I had to do a little thinking back to about 2019. Connor McDavid, hockey.
Oh.
Yeah. His Future Watch auto. Rookie Future Watch auto. PSA 10. These were getting razzed in the hockey room that I was an admin on Facebook for about $1,100 a piece. Guesses on current value, Chad, for last supposed sale?
I have no idea. So 2019, before the boom, he's been a big deal. What was his rookie year? Was it around that time?
I'm going to get this wrong.
Okay, so don't worry about it then.
Yeah.
He was a big prospect, though. God, if it's number 3, though, it's got to be higher than that.
Yep. So higher than the low range of my rookie cards for Jordan.
What is it?
33.6K.
Oh, my good God, Tim. Wow. When did you sell it? And what'd you sell it for?
No, I mean, I promptly re-razzed that for about $1,100 because I was like, who's Connor McDavid, right? I mean, I knew who he was.
I can't imagine a hockey card sticking around for long.
Everybody was saying he was McJesus, right? But, now he really is McJesus and walking on water, and that card is, I don't know, somewhere.
Someone out there is telling a story how they won this $36,000 card on a Raz for $1,100 total.
Oh no, probably even like 110 because it was probably a 10 spot.
Yeah,
race.
right.
Yeah. So
that would be a fun Bizarro version of this, is to find the 5 people that own Tim's card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, get your patch hunting skills on that, please.
Please, if someone can find these people, for the love of everything, tell them and bring them on this show.
Is there a market for a card PI, like a private investigator?
I want them to bring your cards here in person. I will fly them to the studio. Just bring the card with them. I want them to walk in the studio as we're recording holding the card.
Or even just a chip
It'll
off
still be the
slab.
first time Tim touches the card.
I might not have touched that Connor McDavid, to be honest. It might have stayed in the bubble wrap.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Well, number 3, McDavid, Future Watch auto at a $9.99. Number 2, you were here for the pulling of this card, Chad. Josh Allen, NT RPA, 2017, right?
Yeah. This one hurts me a little bit, too. I picked a box from that same case.
You picked a box from that same case.
I got an Adam Thielen, 1 of 1.
1 of 1 that you almost left in the lid.
I think mine was worth like $100. But
$100, yeah. And I don't know. I think I sold the Josh Allen RPA raw at that point for $1,300 or something.
Promptly.
I think while I was still in the store, right? Yeah, I think while I was still in the store, I like posted a picture on Facebook and it was gone.
What is that running now?
Well, yeah, $85,000 for a PSA 10.
Ooh. I
The
mean,
look on
I
Kyle's
have
face.
two thoughts. Well, I have two thoughts
He's
there.
stunned.
Woo as in this is what Tim gave up, but woo as in that's a lot of red zone turnovers and a lot of money still.
That's true. That's a very, very good point.
And no more Stephon Diggs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Number 2, the number 2 QB to Patrick Mahomes currently. Tom Brady. Football GOAT comes out at number 1. You know what card I'm talking about.
I know it's already done.
Oh, geez. Flawless patch auto with a Patriots hat, little 3 red stripe patch with a little bit of blue. Out of 5, the little emerald foil border. Just had to see it pop up on the golden auction feature, whatever.
Oh, that's
feed.
right.
Now, but when you pulled it though, or someone else pulled it, right? It was, and then it was a code, and then someone else scratched said code, and you trusted them, right? Is this that story?
No, that was just a plain auto from Immaculate Football.
Oh, just another Brady, guys. Not on
Do
this
you have
list.
that one, Tim?
That was out of 5, and that's been long gone. That sold for about $6,000, so it's nowhere on this list.
Oh, jump change,
Jump
right?
change, yep. That thing was off-centered. That's why I sold it.
Do you hate you as much as I hate you?
I hate myself plenty. Every day I wake up in the mornings, it's like, F my life. No, but this, I don't even remember the number anymore because I had to block it from my brain, but it was north of $200,000 when it sold on Golden. 228, 223, 208, something like that. It was at 198 when I looked at the auction last, and then somebody had to go and ruin it for me for the final end price. But
So
Tim,
a
that's
house.
brutal.
It's a house.
literal house,
It's
maybe
a
even a
house.
mansion in the south. No
It's a
big deal.
house.
Yeah, it's whatever.
My list is at best like a 95 Camry. But we're talking like a house here. This is a big difference.
Ugh.
Kyle, I'm right there with you. I mean, on the other side, Tim, this list is incredible.
Well, it actually gives me hope, right? Because you actually said something, Kyle, earlier that was like, so it was not as nostalgic for you to own a certain card. And I would say that I will look back on all 5 of these minus the Jordans and say, it doesn't do anything for me as far as nostalgia or meaningfulness in the hobby. Babe Ruth, yeah, everybody goes, oh yeah, Babe Ruth. But for me personally, as a collector or a baseball fan, like, okay, I know of him. Do I really want to collect him?
Right. And hockey, same thing.
Hockey, I'm a hockey fan, but do I really want some random Canadian-born player who's just going to light up the scoreboard like Gretzky once did?
Is he random, though?
I don't know. Maybe. He could still, go out with, 5 concussions one season and never play again, right?
Maybe.
Flash in the pan. I don't know. Josh Allen, to be determined. Tom Brady, if he'd finished this last season, another champ, maybe, but his market's cooling off too. So I don't know. Somebody way overpaid for that flawless patch auto out of 5. And so rest in peace.
Tim, you don't have to justify yourself to prove your wealth. And that's what you're trying to do. So I'm going to stop you right there, buddy.
No, that's a catastrophic 6-figure failure as far as my top 5. So
I see it as an impressive list of cards that you've owned.
Yeah, that's fun. So back to the optimism. I think I can at least refocus my actual collecting efforts now and, appreciate whatever cards make my new top 5 moving forward.
All right.
Cards that I actually will still own.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like it. I still want to hear from the people that own this stuff.
Oh, please,
Absolutely.
please.
Absolutely.
And again, reach out to us anywhere. Hell, I'll give you my cell phone number if that's what it takes.
Oh, yeah?
Back to the Future podcast
Yeah.
on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Or
801.
Damn you. That's fine. Tim, take us out of here.